Today I am excited to share with you 4 fast and easy meals that your family is going to love. These are perfect for those busy weeknights. Each of these recipes will be down in the description box below. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this first recipe, which is Hoisin chicken bowls. You're going to need mushrooms, water chestnuts, a red pepper, chicken breast, minced garlic, vegetable oil, and hoisin sauce, and actually a little bit of Yoshida's teriyaki sauce, but for some reason, I didn't have some on hand and I had to borrow some from a friend. This recipe comes from Mel's Kitchen Cafe, which I absolutely love her recipes. This was a new recipe for me this time, so I was excited to give it a try. First, I'm just chopping up a whole red pepper. Next, I need to chop up 8 ounces of mushrooms. These are supposed to be baby portobello. The ones I found here were crimini mushrooms. I think they're about the same kind of mushrooms. I'm not 100% sure. But again, you're gonna dice these up into tiny little pieces. You want to drain a can of water chestnuts, and again, go ahead and get these all diced up. For the chicken breasts, I like to just take off all of the fat and pieces that we just don't want to eat. And then here I'm just slicing it up, and then I'm going to dice it again into pretty small little pieces. Next, I'm going to pour in about a tablespoon of oil into my pan, get it nice and hot, and then I will be adding the mushrooms and peppers and getting those cooked down. Next, I'm going to add in a little bit of minced garlic. I kind of eyeball whatever the recipe calls for out of a big jar of minced garlic that I buy at Costco or Sam's Club. Next, you want to add in your chicken breasts, and here I'm just putting in the middle of the pan, and then I'm going to try and spread it out a little bit so that it can cook evenly. And just to make dinner much easier, I like to buy these pre-made salad kits. This one is just an Asian salad kit. It seemed like it would go well with this Hoisin chicken bowl, and it was delicious. All right, so after your chicken is all cooked through, you're gonna add the water chestnuts and a little bit of this teriyaki sauce. Here's what I had to borrow from my neighbor. And then you're going to add the 4 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. I don't like to measure a lot with cooking, so I just kind of eyeballed 4 tablespoons here. Once you get that all nice and mixed up, it's ready to serve. I served this with that salad and some green grapes. For this recipe, you can actually use it for lettuce wraps, but this night I wanted to use rice just to kind of give us a little more of a filling dinner. So I have a son who's pretty picky. He usually doesn't like dinners with rice and chicken, but he sat down and ate the whole thing and really liked it. He asked to have it again the next day. In fact, everyone in my family really loved this, so this was a big win. For night number 2, I had vegetable fettuccine on the menu. Here you're gonna need heavy whipped cream, the garlic, butter, carrots, zucchini, salt, pepper, a little bit of nutmeg, and freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And you're gonna go ahead and just cut up your carrots into matchstick sizes, and same with your zucchini. Now this recipe does not actually call for carrots, but I like to add them in as well. Whenever I shred up Parmesan cheese, I have to still a little tiny bit. It's so good fresh, and my kids always do the same. So this recipe also called for mushrooms. These are just regular white mushrooms. Oh, here's my son sneaking his hand in for a carrot. He loves to come and sneak, or not sneak, but take little pieces of food as I'm cooking, and I love that he loves to come and eat the vegetables. Next, you're gonna go ahead and melt your butter into a big frying pan and add your garlic, get that all nice and blend it up together. Then you're gonna add the mushrooms and get those cooked down. Then you're gonna go ahead and add the zucchini, the rest of the butter, and the heavy whipping cream, and you're gonna get that all melted and nice and bubbly for just a couple of minutes, I think about 3 minutes. Now my little tip here for the carrots to get those cooked well is just to add them into the last few minutes of cooking your noodles, because once you drain it, it's just gonna be all mixed together anyway. I forgot to mention that I added the Parmesan cheese as well when I added the butter and heavy cream. I love to buy the Caesar salad from Sam's Club or Costco to serve for dinner, and this went well with our dinner that night. After you strain your noodles and carrots, go ahead and add them to the pan and just toss everything together and serve. On to night 3. This is just an easy tater tot casserole. You'll need ground beef, you'll need tater tots, chopped up onion, sharp cheddar, a cream of chicken, and green beans. Now I know this isn't the healthiest dinner, but you know, some nights you just have to do it. So I had some onions that obviously had gone way over. I cut that one first. It did not look good, so I cut this other one, and I felt like I could get a good amount of onion out of it. So I went ahead and chopped up the parts of this that were good. When I chop up my onions, I like to leave the end on the onion. I like to slice it down the middle like I just did a couple times, and then slice it down the top a couple of times, and then I just turn it and give it a chop, and that way you have really nicely diced onions. Now I'm gonna brown a pound of ground beef. Now, when I take out ground beef, often it's still frozen, so sometimes I'll just defrost it in the microwave and it doesn't get fully defrosted, so you'll see kind of a chunk of frozen ground beef in the middle. I just like to kind of cook it on one side, turn it over, and just kind of scrape off the parts that are cooked, and it works fine. Now, when I eat ground beef like this, I really like to have it chopped really small pieces. I don't like to eat kind of bigger chunks of it. So you can use one of those mashers or just your wooden spoon. Here I'm adding a little bit of salt and pepper. And then you want to add your can of drained green beans and then just kind of give it a little mix to warm them up a little bit. All right, so you're going to add this mixture to a 9 by 13 pan. And here you're gonna add your tater tots. Now this is a 2-pound bag. I'm pretty sure the recipe calls for maybe a 1 pound. I don't know, but we like to have a lot of tater tots on the top, so that's what we do. Next, you're gonna add cream of chicken and 3/4 of a cup of, or can of water, and mix that up well and pour that over the top of the whole casserole. Then you're gonna go ahead and just sprinkle as much cheese on there as you want. Pop it in the oven and cook it for an hour, and it will come out all bubbly and smelling delicious, and yeah, it's perfect. So I served this one with just a little bit of a side green salad and a green grapes again, because that's what we had. We needed to eat them up. Night 4, we had Mexican chicken. And this one you're just gonna need chicken breast, some salsa, this is my homemade salsa, sour cream, taco seasoning, and your crock pot. Oh, and you know what? I actually forgot to add it into this part, but you'll need a can of cream of chicken as well. And you're just gonna pour in a cup of salsa, some taco seasoning, and then your can of cream of chicken and mix that all together. And you're gonna cook this on high for maybe 3 to 4 hours or so, or low for, I don't know, six hours. I was kind of in a hurry. I didn't get this in until 2 or 3 in the afternoon, but it worked fine. Then you're gonna go ahead and shred up all the chicken and put it back into the sauce. Give it a good stir. Here you're gonna add in a cup of sour cream, which I forgot to film, but it makes it nice and creamy and delicious. And this is also served on top of rice. And this night I just didn't have time or energy to mix up a salad, so I just served it with a can of corn and again, green grapes. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked this kind of video and want more recipes, leave me a comment down below and let me know. I appreciate you being here so much, and I will catch you next time.